Greetings from Bangkok, Thailand, and welcome to 30 Minutes Promoting Unity in Diversity with Wani Angerer in Moving Cultures. Today, in Bangkok, our guests and I are embracing solidarity. We are embracing peace, love, and understanding. And we are saying no to injustice, no to lack of tolerance, no to discrimination, no to exclusion, and no to negativity that gets in our way to be part of a global family. Our guest number 218 is a musician from Latvia, based in Thailand. And he is a reference of multiculturality because he has traveled the world with his art and talents to celebrate diversity. So let's welcome Viesturs from Latvia. How are you, Viesturs?
Hello. Everything is well this side. All good, thank you.
So
nice
happy, very happy that you accepted the invitation to share with us your journey, your experiences in the past years, and what are you preparing for 2022? And the first question, Viesturs, is who are you?
Who am I? Well, first of all, I need to say I'm a human being, and I believe that's the my parents did a well job on that, because without that quality, I believe it's hard to maintain. It's hard to spread the light and spread the love. If you're not human being at the first point, then I usually say you can shred your guitar as fast as you want, but if the humanity that doesn't come first, then people don't want to work with someone who is just a prick,
Mm-hmm.
Human first. So I'm a musician. I've learned. Well, the journey, to be honest, started with I remember myself going to a parking lot when I was a kid. My dad told, okay, I'm going to a parking lot. Do you want to join me? And I said, yeah, I want to join you. The parking lot was like a 2-minute drive from the home where we lived in Riga, in Latvia. And I don't know what happened, but at that day in that car ride, there was a big band playing, a jazz big band. And the guitarist took a solo, and I was like, what is that? I want to be able to do it, and I think that day was like a seed on my curiosity about what is music, and then soon enough I was like, hey mom, I want to go to music school, without knowing what is school at the time. I just wanted to, and then my mom. I was telling my mom I wanted to play saxophone, and it happened to be that I arrived on my first saxophone lesson, and I walk in, and there is a clarinet player. There's a clarinet teacher. And the clarinet is, it's a different instrument. I was like confused, like what's happening, Literally, I walk inside the room, and he's like, hey, Viesturs, so clarinet is sounding like this, and he blows for 2 minutes, and I'm looking at him. Okay, where's the saxophone? I didn't know what is clarinet, to be honest. I didn't know that instrument. And now I'm here facing the fact that I need to learn that thing for 6 years, you know? So, yeah, for 4 years I was like, yeah, I didn't like that instrument. And then eventually when I start to, you know, get some sounds that are pleasant to my ear out of it, you know, then I start to fall in love with that tone. Remind me of woman's voice. And yeah, that was the beginning, 6 years of that. And then
Viesturs, I'm going to interrupt because I don't know what's the story with the clarinets. I had an interview with one of the flute players from Panama who from very early childhood, he was in love with the flute, the traverse flute. And then he struggled a lot to get accepted into the class to play the flute. And finally, the professor said, okay, we are going to take you in so you can take classes. And he asked the mother to go and buy a flute for him. And then she came back with a clarinet because in the shop, in the shop, she asked for a flute and they gave her a clarinet. So when you were talking about it, I said, what's the story with the clarinet? Anyway, so he learned how to play the clarinet and so on and so. And finally, in the school, they released one of the flutes because one of the students graduated. And he said, please, I just want to move to the flute because I'm not, it's true, he learned the clarinet, like you say, connect with it, but that was not his instrument. So now you can continue, please.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's kind of similar, you know, that how this instrument in mysterious ways comes in our lives, you know. So yeah, I finished 6 years of classical studies, and then I wanted to move on with jazz studies. So I started a new school, and I did it with clarinet, and they accepted me. There's a funny story actually about that day. How, like, when I entered the room, it's a big hall, and you know, like 5 head teachers sitting, and I need to play my clarinet, and I started with the Thelonious Monk tune, some blues, you know. So I played that, and the backing track is in the CD, and I have a second tune. So I hang in my second CD, and the teacher, who is like, he was in army, you know, like a bald head, big dude, like a professor of drumming, first professor in Latvia, a jazz professor. He's like, hey, this CD is not working, man. What the hell, you know? And I'm like, you know, with my clarinet, and I'm like, you know, a little bit stressed, you know, am I accepting, am I gonna be part of this school or not? And now this guy is saying me, hey, your CD is not working, man. What the hell? And I'm like, shit, what to do? And the piano player was like, I can help you out. I can be your backing track, you know. So I play with him on the piano, and he's like sitting on the piano, and he's like looking at me. Okay, what tempo? We're gonna do Cantaloupe Island by Herbie Hancock. And I was like, tempo? What tempo? I don't know, you know, it's all backing track, and I'm nervous, and you know, all. Anyways, somehow it went through, and they accepted me, and I was really happy about that. So I started my first year with jazz clarinet. By that time, my teeth were like a vampire. They were all crooked. At the time, I was 17, and I think the prices differ if you're 17 or 18. How much you need to pay to make them straight. So we took an action. So they took two of my teeth out to put braces in.
So they have a space to be aligned.
Yes. And my chin is small also. Like that's why I have beard to hide it. And yeah, the braces make it hard to even eat bread. For a clarinet, you need to bite in your mouthpiece with your teeth. And I couldn't play. I couldn't play. It was painful. So I need to take an action and figure what to do. So I spoke to my clarinet teacher. He was like, take flute. Here we're back on. Sorry. He's like, take the flute. I was like, nah, no flute for me, please, you know. And he was like, 2 hours. He's talking, man, you don't know what you're doing. This is the, you know, you're saying you want to go to guitar, but this is harmonic instrument, and you already made 1 year. So you need to learn twice as hard to catch up that year. And then I was like, okay, I will do it. And basically, I changed for a guitar. I changed for a guitar. My teacher wasn't happy. Yeah, I didn't know how to feel about that, but that thing with teeth happened. And yeah, I started with guitar, and I liked it. I like guitar. Before when I was growing up, I was introduced by some weird hip hop bands from my cousin, and then like new metal bands from my cousin, like Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, and it's like rock music, heavy rock music, and here's my dad again. He was a big part of not handling that what I'm listening to as a kid. So he's a big music lover too, and he slided in Led Zeppelin CD, and he played me Stairway to Heaven, and I was like, my ears went up. I was like, wow, that's something else, you know. And I started to explore what's on the horizon, and then he slided me another CD, which was Stevie Ray Vaughan, which was more into blues. If Led Zeppelin is rock music, then he showed me, you know, what is a blues, where the rock music comes from, and then from the blues it went to jazz, which led me to the curiosity to start studying jazz clarinet in the music school, the jazz studies, and then in the school, then it opened up. Then I explored everything. I explored classical, neo soul, which I love to play here in Bangkok with my singer Keela as a duo, and soul music, and all kind of varieties of folk music, African stuff, and Indian classical, and yeah, you know, it's so vast variety of music what we can listen to, and I cannot imagine my life without music, you know.
Tell me, when do your traveling experiences with music started, and which countries do you visit, and what do you learn in the journey? Traveling
started, I with orchestras. I was part in orchestras with clarinet. It started with camps, orchestra camps in Latvia, and then that involved in a competition, international competition. We went to Netherlands, we went to Switzerland to be a part of the competition, and it was amazing. Then I think I started to realize I'm not homesick at all. That I like to see the world. I like to see how people differ from where I grew up. My parents, they, in contrast of me, they are homesick. You know, my dad would say, you know, after 5 days, I just cannot stop thinking about Latvia. And I'm opposite. I'm like, okay, where else we can go? You know, oh, Switzerland, hills like blue rivers, light blue, like see-through rivers, and Netherlands. Wow, well, you know, it was also fascinating for me. And I was a kid then, you know. So that's how it started. Then when I changed to guitar, then after I finished my jazz studies, I got a call from a producer saying we are making this cabaret show for the 10th year or whatever in a row, and this year we want to go to India. And I knew about that because they were my friends. The producer's son, I went to the same kindergarten. He was a dear friend of mine. Not wanting to change the subject, but yeah, he was. He made a suicide.
So sorry.
That was a heartbreaking news for me while I'm being here in Bangkok. But changing back to the same subject, yeah, the father was the one who created that cabaret show, and the wife was the one who wrote, you know, the script. Yeah. And I knew that at that year they're going to India, but I couldn't imagine in my dreams that they would ask me do you want to join? And I tried to make cool, you know, like, oh yeah, I can join, I can play guitar. Oh, okay, thank you, Victor, for calling everything. So I dropped the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm going, you know, in India. Because it was perfect timing. The jazz studies have ended, and what now, you know? And then here he is, you know, let's go to India. And I didn't know nothing about India or Thailand, where I'm right now. And I don't know. I don't know. Is it silly to say or not? But also about movies, you know, when I want to watch a movie, I just get a, you know, if someone suggests me to watch a movie, I watch the movie. I don't look the trailer. So about these countries, it was a kind of similar way that I was, okay, what I was learning there in school about Indian, how they write, and about their Sanskrit and all of that, but Thailand, I didn't have a clue what I would see. And yeah, when I went to India, the first is when you come out of the plane, and there is like this air, you know, air, you're like, how, it's tropical weather, it's like, wow. And then, yeah, we went from Mumbai to Pune, where we stayed a couple of months. And that ride from Mumbai to Pune was in the night. And when we arrived in Pune, it was like 5 a.m. and no people on the streets. See a little bit how they live, and it was total cultural shock for me, like a slap. I was amazed, and I really liked the experience in India. We toured with a cabaret band a little bit, but the Indians, they couldn't understand what's cabaret show all about. It's like a live dancers, live music on the street. MC is telling the story. They didn't kind of. They wanted.
Yeah, the more Bollywood style.
Yeah, they want all that thing. So we did 2 full shows only, one in Pune, one in Mumbai, and then luckily to the contacts abroad in Armenia and Russia, they said, okay, we want you guys. So we traveled to Armenia, which was awesome too, and then in Moscow, that was also nice. But I was sick there because of the weather change. It was in December or September or something like that, from plus 35 to minus 5. So my body couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
It was too extreme. So I was sick then. And then in Moscow, the contract was over. They paid the salary, and I had a chance to choose. Either I go back to Riga, because Riga and Moscow is not that far, or I can go back to Goa, to India, and chill out there for a month, because the flight is booked already back to Riga from Goa. So everything paid. So I didn't wander much. I went to Goa, and I got to live there for 5 more months, I think. Yeah, till my visa was over, and
yeah. Which year was that?
Oh,
you remember?
2012 or something.
Okay, like 10 years ago, more or less.
Yeah. And then because my visa was over, I came back to Latvia, and it took me some 4 years or something to get myself together to leave again, because the Latvia got their freedom on 91 when I was born. I was born on the border of Soviet Union and free Latvia, and that's post-Soviet burp is still in the air in Latvia, which I'm not a fan of, and it helped me to just leave, and to explore more. And I left, and the reason I left was that my friend, he made a Buddhist retreat, a meditation retreat, and I took a part of it for 10 days, and I meditated, and I tried really hard, and then I saw the benefit, and I saw the Buddha's teaching, Dhamma, that it's good. It's good for me. That's cool thing to do, to see your cockroaches in your brain and to face them with just breathing, with just a breath, you know, and then and I believe I was a believer then that okay, this is the way for me to heal and to become more sane, more conscious about everything, about myself, about life. And the organizer of the retreat, my friend, he said, let's go to Burma. Let's go to Myanmar, to the real teachers for a month. 10 days, okay, good start, but let's continue. I was like, sure, let's go. And it turned out that my friend had things to deal with in Latvia, so I took a chance to go alone. And the initial plan was to chill out in Thailand for a month, and then a month in Myanmar. And yeah, I took a chance to explore Thailand, but then on my way to Myanmar in Kanchanaburi, I was like, I don't know what happened. Something struck me, and I was like, you need to try out Thailand, you know. So here I am still trying it out, so to speak, you know. But the latest events back home in Europe from I don't want to say Russia's side, but Putin's side is teaching me to spread love for what's happening in war, you know, to send metats, that's how we call it, loving kindness meditation to people, what I love, to my family, my closest ones, to teachers, to Ukrainians. And funny enough, the guy who started it at first place, you know, I believe that Putin is lacking love for saying, okay, we are starting war. We are using, you know, guns, the humans shooting on other humans, you know, that's a sign of him going a little bit crazy. So he is lacking love and kindness. So I believe sending that straight to the core, to him also would help to make him stop. You know, he started
attacking hate with love. Let me bring some images of you, Viesturs, so we can continue with this conversation of bringing love through music and connections. Okay, we have an example here. Okay, you has talking about love.
Yeah.
It's a poster of a performance you have in 2020.
Yes.
Okay, what was happening here?
This is me playing with Keela, amazing singer and human being in Mahanakan. I think that's a Mahanakan building. Yeah. I'm still with the mask on. It's I think called. This is a singer from South Africa. She had a contract deal at Labois, and we met in a jam session, and we decided to hook up and to do some music together. Monique Hellenberg.
This is the day we met.
Yeah, this is where we met. Yeah,
Yeah, Sala Sudasiri Soba. With
yeah, yes, amazing place, amazing family, and my dear friend Lukash.
yeah, the
Uh,
tash and the percussion.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is me waiting for a cue from Kila or
Or
yeah,
someone.
yeah. This is Apoteca.
This is
Yeah,
in
this
food for love, our
yeah,
event.
this is
Mhm.
your event. That was cool.
It's the
Yeah, this
Indian singer.
yeah.
And this is
The
us.
oh yeah, this is us. Yeah, 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 cool.
And this is you on your solos. You play like for 2 hours with non-stop that day.
Really? Okay, okay.
Yes.
And yeah,
Mhm.
this is our latest bookings with the
Mhm. Skila.
with the-
Okay.
yes. With those-
Okay, let's see.
oh, this is back in the blues club where um, the owner Ziggy, my dear friend, very yeah,
Mhm.
very good friend. He was owner of the blues club, and he helped me to get out of the sadness when I had depression after coming back from India,
Okay.
because I didn't want to leave India. And my dad played this card game online, and the Ziggy, the owner of this club, he said he played with my dad together, and my dad was like, "Hey, my son is playing guitar," so I went there and jammed out, and this is one of the jam sessions
He
in blues.
introduced you.
Yeah, with his guitar. And this is in Latvia. In so far, there was this a concert series so far, and I'm there with the trio. The middle guy is Martin Dambis, singer songwriter, and we are having a gig there.
Super.
Yeah.
Love this photo. Very
This is
expressive. Yeah.
my my
Yeah,
lack of my lack of food.
but very expressive. This also is a beautiful picture of you.
Yeah, I
Cool.
like.
Very nice. Yeah. Here we are with our lovely girlfriend.
Yeah, this is my girl Nati. Yeah, we've been traveling a lot, and living together, and exploring each other, going up and down, relationships. And
Yeah. So it's the part of growing, and it's great that you're still together and learning about each other. Viesturs,
yes.
we already reached the 30 minutes of our conversation. Would be nice if you can play a little bit for us to close this session.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
can.
Let me leave you in the speaker so they can see you.
Yes, I will just improvise something.
Thank you, Viesturs. Thank you so much for sharing your love for humanity, your talents, your kindness, your journey, and wishing you all the best in the upcoming projects, Viesturs. Sending you besitos musicales, embrace of solidarity, and hope to see you soon, Viesturs. Okay?
Thank you, Vani. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.